should you smash Minthera? The true question, right, of any Baldur's Gate 3 player. Who should you shack up with? So hello everyone, I'm Maddening. In this video, I'm gonna tier list the different Roman options, but also some other characters. But first of all, of course, we have all the companions, right? And then we're gonna go into some of the more, special romantic options for the player. And I also generally want to discuss a little bit from an actual player standpoint, like who should you betray or not, right? So I also add some other characters that you can't actually romance, but let's imagine that we could get inside of them. But anyway, let's start it then. So, the ultimate tier list, guys, of course, smash or kill list, right? So the character here, so we obviously have the companions, right? They also added like Alfira and some other hotties, right? That being said, of course, I didn't add too many characters. I think it would be way too much time. But, leave a comment below. Which character did I miss out on, guys? But anyway, guys, if the video, please subscribe, press the like button, of course. After this, we'll also do more One Piece, right? With Nami is the only wife for there, I suppose. It's a little bit in... I am at episode 3 now of the live action. We did episode 1 and 2 yesterday. And... honestly, I feel my take is the best take. I said by saying that, right? Because everyone is coping for it, saying the best thing ever. And some people are being contrarian, right? Saying it's the worst thing ever, which is of course life I'll do. My take, as always, is the best take. That is mid, okay? It is just 6 out of 10, 15. Yes, it's very middle. But anyway, let's do Baldur's Gate 3. But as always, on this channel, guys, you get true, honest opinions, right? I mean, seriously. Because people... I don't know, I'm fascinated, right? It's so typical. I think the same thing with, of course, that Star game coming out today, right? The Star, yeah. Same thing there, right? That game, I'll make a video about it later, but a little teaser then, right? That game, also, a pretty good game. It's not the best game, since sliced bread, right? And it's also not the worst game ever. I don't know, but I just hate that, that everyone has to be so polarized, You either have to pretend that every game, or anime, or whatever, is the best thing ever, or it's the worst thing ever, right? And I tend on this channel to be in the middle, when I'm like, actually, I would both smash and kill, But anyway, let's start, guys. But I think it's good for the reasoning here a little bit, right, for this list as well. So who should you smash or kill and so on, right? I reason it the same way. So for example, let's look at, I don't know, what should we start with? Some characters we all can agree on. Okay, like Shadowheart. She's just smashable. Where is she? Actually, let's start with Minthara. Okay, this is one of the best waifus, right? So obviously, Minthara is the evil paladin. This video has spoilers, of course. I said earlier, maybe. But obviously, the video has spoilers. Okay, sorry. But the game, I feel the game has been out now. Honestly, what do you guys think? I feel the game has been out long enough now where you can be a little bit open with spoilers. I feel it has like a bit, this person dies in FF7 over there. I think we have a little bit of leeway now, right? If I had made this list like the first day of the game release, then it'd be kind of silly. But I feel we kind of have... I feel people probably have beaten the game by now, at least once, right? But anyway, Minthara is a great example of what I meant in my introduction. Which is like, she's like super evil, but also super hot, you know what I mean? Like, she's kind of that... I mean, in a way, a realistic character, right? And it's what I keep saying, which I don't like the whole polarization, right? People are either you have to love this game so much, like that Star game, yeah. Like, it either has to be the greatest game ever, or it's the worst game ever, right? You know what I mean? Why can't people just be fair and say, no, it's like a 9 out of 10, or 8 out of 10, you know what I mean? Keep back in the One Piece live action, people are like... The One Piece live action, though, is the best example of it. It really is, because... I feel like I'm more at today, right? But it isn't the greatest show ever in history, right? But it also isn't the worst thing ever, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to be like real with you guys. But Minthara is that feeling, I think, because this is like a hot, sexy, evil waifu, right? Which is always a bonus point, right? Hot, evil chicks are always a bonus. This of course has like a sympathetic backstory and so on, right? So you care about her, even if she's evilly as right? And so that's like part of her writing, right? And I think also, though, we come into her... And actually, let's do her immediately. Kaga, then, at the same time, that's a good point. I added her into the list as well, right? We have Druid Kaga. Because this is where Baldur's Gate 3 also shines with writing. Because even if you, like... I think the RP thing, of course, is important as a post, right? But when you are playing as, for example, a paladin, you probably want to kill Minthara, right? You know, kill her and then, you know, help the druids, right? Because you're playing a very good character. But otherwise, honestly, when I'm playing evil, it's like, whatever, just kill the druids, or yeah. But if you're playing neutral, it's kind of a weird team because you kind of like, I mean, I don't really want to kill the druids, but you also really hate this biatch, right? Yeah, you're like, oh, Kaga, yeah, terrible waifu, yeah. Terrible waifu. So, I think it's interesting here because my point, of course, is that Kaga, first of all, is absolute bottom tier. Yeah, she's like the worst waifu in the game. Jesus Christ, man. She's a terrible character. So, again, right, to emphasize what I mean here, I feel like I could still help the druids, you know what I mean? Basically, you have this part of the game, so spoilers, right? You can play with Zelvor, and you can help him by killing her, and then you can still go to the goblins. Or, I mean, but from an actual like strategy standpoint, whatever you call it, that is the worst thing you can do, basically, right? Because you can still help Zelvor and not get Minthara, and also like kill her, which is like super necessary. Because if you're gonna fight the goblins anyway, right, and not get Minthara, you might as well not kill Kaga. You know what I mean? Like, it's just pointless in that sense. Because basically you're picking between Minthara and, you know, the bear scene, right? Yeah, that's kind of what you're picking between, right? The hell scene. So, killing Kaga is completely necessary. Or is it? No. I should do it anyway. But see what I mean. Like, she's a terrible character, so you just kill her off immediately, right? Honestly, to be a little critical of the game, right? I wish you could get Minthara without, you know, betraying the draw in that sense. It is strange to me because it feels like you should be able to get her in this. You know, I have a general critique for the game when it comes to options, right? What this video course will be all about. And I said it's kind of hard in this game to play the neutral, kind of wishy-washy in the middle, right? Because I do feel like you should be able to get, you know, evil waifu paladin chick, you know, hot waifu, and kill Kaga or something, and also maybe not get Hellseen, but at least not kill the other druids. Not Zelvor. Like, I think it should be someone in the middle, you know, where you like help the evil guy some bit, so she still joins you, but you have to kill some of the good characters, like Kaga, yeah. I feel that's kind of I feel the game is going in that direction, but you can't really get that in a good way, I feel, where you, if you should be able to save the tieflings and the druids, but also saving her. Minthara, that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, Minthara is like the hottest companion, I think. Visually standpoint, that the other hot companion comes to later. She's obviously a waifu, and yeah, Kaga is absolute trash. That's one of the ugliest characters in the game, okay? But let's take Karlach then. I'm going for the top, okay? So Karlach, another hot waifu. Leave a comment below. Who's the best waifu, guys? Karlach or Minthara? But yeah, these are by far the two hottest companions, right? So, pun intended. But I mean, Karlach is just, I think, by far the best companion, right? She's funny, she's energetic, she's good voice lines, she's a badass barbarian. Her backstory is kind of silly, like most of them. She's like, I used to be in the Hell Wars, I'm level 1. Like with every other character. And I got a Hell Engine and so on, yeah, whatever. But she's a really good character, and by far my favorite of, the base companions, right? And the 6 base companions. Absolutely waifu. Not just a smash, but a waifu, right? Yeah, you want to do her once, you do her rest of your life. Absolutely marriage, Karlach. Absolutely. Another fun character then, from companions. Let's see. Should we do Shadowheart? Oh my god, I'm going for all the top tier immediately. Shadowheart. Ooh, yeah. Now it's the Karlach, Shadowheart, Minthara. This is where I get some hate. Well, I put Shadowheart to smash, man. Shadowheart, yeah. She's not as hot as Karlach. Not only was Engine. I like Shadowheart too, but I think she's definitely like less fun and attractive than Karlach, right? I would say so. She obviously changes quite a bit if you make her, you know, not kill Night Song or whatever, right? She goes with white hair instead, makes her like an old lady instead. But yeah, she's like I don't know. I think Shadowheart is just kind of like, she starts out quite mean, or quite like, I don't know, a little bit bitchy, I guess. And then obviously you get her backstory, and it makes a little more sense later on, and she definitely becomes more, I guess, open-minded and more warm or whatever, right? So she grows on you more. But the thing is that Karlach, I'm enjoying hot engine lady immediately. Yeah, Karlach, I think by far this is the most likable waifu in the game. Immediately, right? You know, she enters, you're like, oh man, I like this lady. You like her immediately, right? Where again, Shadowheart I feel is like, I like her, but I'm not in love with her immediately. Then I like her more. Maybe I love her later, right? But Karlach I just love all the way through. I think she's the best character immediately. And Minthara is also probably less attractive than Karlach, I think about it. For maybe it is at this then. I don't know, yeah, it's a little bit that because Karlach is like 10 out of 10 immediately. And Minthara, but Minthara is evil. It's hard, man. She's evil waifu, and it's always bonus points. So then let's take something completely random, okay? This is the Emperor. Yeah, hentai man. The Emperor is kill, man. Kill the Emperor, okay? Maybe you kill him. He's not as trash. He has a little sympathy for him, but yeah, you kill the Emperor, okay? You betray him. That feels sad, but I think we should definitely pick the Prince side. I mean, the Emperor, end of the day, he's a hentai monster, guys. He's a mind flyer. Not to be that sad, no, but I don't know. The Emperor, certainly feel for him, but it's still a little bit like, why would I side with him when I can side with the other guys? I guess, if you're playing like, I want to control the Elder Brain, I guess you kind of want to have, that it makes more sense to smash the Emperor, but otherwise, it doesn't make much sense, I think. So you have to basically play evil to be logically make sense. But sure, if you're into Tentacle stuff, yeah, then the Emperor. And but rather than we have the Elder Brain. This is Elder Brain. That's what this thing here. I guess the Elder Brain is like a one night stand. No, but the Elder Brain is trash, man. I don't know. Do you want to control it? If you're evil, I guess you. Even if you're evil, the Elder Brain is just your bitch. Yeah. Even if you're evil, right? Okay, if you're evil, I guess you're controlling it. You don't kill it, but. Okay, I guess you do it once then with the Elder Brain and you control it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah, I do it once with the Elder Brain. I suppose, or you kill it, depending on evil or not. But I think you betray the Emperor if you're evil too. Yeah, like even if you're evil, you betray him regardless of good or evil, right? Yeah. Screw the Emperor. Let's kill him off, man. You kill him. This here is that like the. This is the obviously you smash, but this is like straight up if I want to stand out. But this is the romance scene where you can have like a foursome. My god, this game, man. Yeah, this goddamn game. This is the scene where you meet the drone. You can take one of your lovers there. But I just added it. Yeah, it's literally the one night stand, right? Yeah, you go to a brothel and you just get some sexy ladies. Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, I mean you can also bring your. Doesn't matter, I think. I think the game allows you to bring anyone. As long as you're in love with you. No, there's all the characters. Sorry, no, there are no. Certain companions you can have, bring with you, right? If they like you, they have to love you. So it's like half of them. I don't remember exactly. I haven't tried honestly with all the companions. I tried with the like 2-3 with But you can smash with like Shadowheart or whatever. Yeah. You have a couple of some actions. You got some actional moves there. But anyway, there's like literally the one night stand of the game, right? Yeah, when you get the draw siblings. Yeah. Who more do we have? In the old man, you kill him, man, and he annoyed me. Yeah, kill this guy. I don't remember his name. You kill him. I don't know why I added him to the tier list. No, I added him because I want to kill him. That's why I added him. Yeah, ugly old man that now was Gale. You just push him off the cliff. I'm pretty sure you can kill him immediately, right? Can't you? Yeah, he stands like a cliff when you meet him. You push him down. I never tried to think about it, but next playthrough I'm just gonna push him off the. I'm just gonna push him down the cliff when I see him. I don't know. This old man is a. Maybe I should like the Gale storyline, but the old man comes up there and is like, "Hey Gale, the goddess of Maddening got a message for you." I'm just like, why can't she send the message, man? Why she send the message for an old man for? Why can't she like? I don't know. It's part of her Maddening, I guess. The old man is part of her. I don't know. Kick him off. Push him off the cliff, guys. Yeah, push him off the cliff. Push him off the cliff. Okay, now then, there's a funny. Let's take Raphael later. Let's go with the hunter. I mean, you obviously kill him, right? He's so stupid. You kill him by yourself. Will you team up with him? Do you team up with him for what side do you pick? Let's do Raphael at the same time, right? What side do you pick? Right? Do you pick Raphael's side or do you pick the hunter side? If you play a good character, I think you absolutely pick obviously then not Raphael's side. But the thing is that I feel the game is a little weird here. Because you're playing as a good character, like in my Paladin run, for example, right? I'm killing both of them. Yeah, in the penalty run, I'm killing this guy, and then I kill Raphael. Then we get the Raphael too, right? Where I feel it, arguably, as a good character, maybe you should team up with him against Raphael, right? But it's another option, you know. But that feels like a weird option to help him against Raphael, because that means you also have to team up with him. That to me feels like a good thing, but I guess it's the pragmatic solution. I think the game is a little weird here, how you align yourself between these two demon guys. But I do find Raphael pretty hot though, and if I play every evil game, I'm like, yeah, Raphael, I'm on your side. Yeah, it's like every evil game, like, why would I not team up with you, right? So I feel he's like smash man, and you kill. Yeah, this is the right thing. Yeah, this is the right way, guys. Well, let's do Keltherec, man. He's voiced by Simmons, right? So that's like Spider-Man and so on. Yeah, he's like in everything. That man has done so much stuff by now. That makes him good, but you know what he has? He's in love with his own, you know, I won't say the word. He's in love with the cleric chick down there, yeah. He is weird, man. His whole storyline with his daughter is weird. So that's like trash and kill, man. You don't want to join that guy's side. Keltherec side. And also he's like a sad old man, you know. Yeah, he's like, no, he's not very attractive. The daughter, though, I mean, she's in the jury. Yeah, I mean, you do release once. I don't know if I keep smashing her, though. Her wife, though, man, she's a babe, though, yeah. I can see why she's a lesbian, though, yeah. I can see why she got converted to the religious side of that thing. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. She's just like, my God, you know, her wife is hot, man. Like, I would almost argue that Night Song there, let's call her that, yeah, Night Song, and she's the hottest wife in the game. She's the immortal angel lady, basically, right? Yeah, I mean, she's, you know, angelic wife and power up. She's hot, man. Like I said, I can really see why her waifu, you know, became lesbian for her. Honestly, the game kind of sounded like that she wasn't a lesbian until she met her, you know, angelic waifu. So, oh yeah, I'm a lesbian now. okay, what do you guys think? It does sound to me, honestly, guys, it does sound like to me that the woman wasn't a lesbian. What do you guys think? I would argue for that, yeah. The game doesn't really explain to you, but I think that it's kind of like somewhat implying that she was like, oh, I just met her, and then we fell in love, and I never liked that woman before. It is a little bit half implied, of course, but I would argue for that, yeah. Like, she was, you know, she met this angel wife who was like, yeah, I'm a lesbian now. So maybe she's turned on by her, you know, divine powers rather than her gender, I suppose, right? And also, I guess she maybe could change her gender. I don't I'm working in the game. Whatever, she's obviously up here. Probably the hottest non-playable characters, of course. I know we're coming to her sooner or later, yeah, the thumbnail. What more do we have? We have, Wyll. Okay, Wyll interesting. I dislike Wyll, man. I feel you kill Wyll. He's almost trash, man. I feel you can put him in the bottom. Well, he's not as trash on Karlach, though, but he's like so here, I guess. He's like Emperor trash. Yeah, I never liked Wyll, you know, like, I only feel like don't kill him because when I'm playing a good character, I'm just like, I guess I just keep you all around, you know. Minthara is of course 10 times hotter than him, and I don't know. I don't like Wyll as a character actually at all because the way he's written is he's so obsessed with his father, right? You know what I mean? He's in love with his dad, right? Actually, I think he's probably the most annoying companion in that sense. Like, he's just like, oh no, my daddy issues all the time, right? And didn't you get turned up by your dad? I don't know. His love for his papa is just way too much, I feel, you know? Yeah, it feels weird, man. Like, there's some yaoi stuff going on there. Yeah, it's very, very strange. He's almost in, like, trash and absolute trash tier. He's probably, yeah, my least. And I don't like Lazle either, so coming to her soon, yeah. Hard pick there. He's either in kill. Definitely don't smash him. He's definitely bottom, man. Maybe even trash and kill. But honestly, I probably really dislike it. He's super annoying. Don't like his castration. Yeah, put him in trash. And then we do the Ghityanky, absolute trash. I think I hate all Ghityankys. The Ghitankys are so annoying, man. I know people say that, oh, it's just Sundre, man. You don't understand, it's Sundre. I guess Lazle is Sundre. And she kind of grows to you a little bit later. But I have to put her here in the absolute trash tier, everyone. Because Lazle is basically like I guess, representing now the Githyankys, right? And I use this like, oh, I hate all the Githyankys, man. They're so ugly, they're so annoying, they're all so dislikable. They're like the most dislikable people in the whole game, and they looked at that stat list, right? Like the playable blah 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 stats for the first week, and in that list you could see like who's the most popular race, which I believe was like half elf, right? I think. Yeah, the popular races are like half elf, human, of course, just normal elf, right? And also half drow to some extent, I think, but less than those three. So it's a lot about like most people play human or elf, and then it's like and tieflings also pretty popular. That's like fourth or fifth, and then it's like a big jump down. And then it's like dwarf, halfling, and so on, like all the short guys at the same time. And then in the absolute bottom, Githyankys. Yeah, Githyankys are like 1%. Yeah, everyone hates the Githyankys. Okay, and I don't remember who half orcs are, but they're somewhere in there. I think between tieflings and dwarf, I think. And so on, right? So everyone really hate the Githyankys. And like I said in that video, I said here again, I think they're so ugly, right? I think they're hideous. They look so ridiculous. It's just like the whole and I can't really blame like the actual I can't blame the game for that. I feel to a little extent, I suppose, but I mean obviously the Githyanky looks like that in the D&D as well, right? But it's not just how they look. I mean, it's the whole behavior. It's always like, the warrior. Yeah, they're too obsessively annoying warrior people. Just like she is, right? So she is I think, a super annoying companion. Like her scenes is grating on me, and then basically every other Githyanky is even worse than her, right? Yeah, so she's representing ultimate trash. But I do actually like her more than Wyll, to be fair. Later in the game, like in Act 3, but I put her in absolute trash bottom because she really, oh god no, I really dislike every Githyanky, man. I refuse, of course, to have them out and so on. But anyway, yeah, so she's representing my deep hatred for Githyankys. But I do also dislike Lazle. I removed her immediately when I could, in my companions. I was like, yes, a better companion. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. Then we got okay, she's freaking, that's a waifu, man. Alfira, is that pronounced? Alfira is the hot tiefling bard lady. Yeah, she's a waifu, guys. Okay, she's absolutely smashed, and then also marrying her. Yeah, she's a keeper, man. So she's the tiefling bard that you meet, of course, being on Act 1, and she will, progress through the game. As long as you protect her, right, she will progress through the game to Act 3 as well. Spoilers. She's super hot. She's probably the hottest NPC, I feel, that has like no real impact. You know what I mean? Like, she's there, right, and giving you, some voice lines and what's a song about you and so on. Like, she's there and has a little bit of like a thematic character, right? I think a lot of people said, I shouldn't say said, but a lot of people have asked, of course, her to be a companion, right? Which to me makes a lot of sense. Like I said, I think she really is the hottest companion from. Again, like not the companions. Sorry, not companions. I mean NPC. I mean that's not a companion nor like an antagonist or like a main character. Right? So obviously the angel, right next to her, it has a lot more actual meaningful storyline. Right? Alfira just kind of exists as like a very hot bard lady. Yeah, like a hot, sexy waifu that plays songs. Right? Yeah. But she has like again no actual part of the game with her. She's gonna exist there, but I can really see people saying that because she does, like I said, she's in the whole game, right? Very early you meet her, and she really feels like she should be a companion. Or maybe she actually should, but she feels like she's one of the most like I can see likely like DLC or a patch if they have that thing. If it would make that, I could see her being added. And that being said, I can really see her being added as a mod, right? Yeah, just add a mod that so you can recruit her, and then maybe write some voice lines. I haven't seen most of that yet, but it shouldn't be that hard to add mods where they have no actual, what's called, they have no voice lines that are actually. Actual voice, I mean, but the dialogue, the actual text can be it, right? It shouldn't be that hard to mod the game and add yeah, like I said, like, you know, it's just like non-voiced out voice lines, right? You just have the dialogue coming up and options and so on. And that shouldn't be that hard at all. It's, and of course you can also, of course, add in the voice line if you want to, but anyway, you get a point. I think she's the hottest, like, non-important NPC, whatever you define that. Definitely, and I can see people want her as a, you know, companion, certainly. Let's take Zelvor, that he's under here. Zelvor's a goddamn coward, man. He's trash and kill, man. Yeah, trash that loser. But honestly, I never liked Zelvor either, you know. Zelvor, for me, is annoying. I'm only helping him, right, in the good playthroughs. It's like, whatever, I guess I'm a good guy. But when you first meet him, he's just like, oh, open the gates and not and so on. And that scene is actually pretty stupid. But he's like, oh, they left the goblins here or whatever, right? And then it's like, open the gates and say, why? We shouldn't let the gates be closed therefore? I don't know. And he's just crying, whining the whole game. He can't do shit by himself, right? Then eventually he betrays the other ones and then becomes like a paladin or whatever, the whole thing. He gets guilt for it. But yeah, he's just like, I don't know, man. He was never a good leader. You have to carry him the whole game, and then he turns evil, I guess, or more mind flyer. But it's like, no, Zelvor, man, you are annoying. I guess we could have had some more characters. Yeah, whatever. This is like a short list. Yeah, I know we could have had like we could have had those vampire hunters. Yeah, this one guy that looks like Van Helsing. I remember him now. He has like no screen time, but I should have him in the list. Yeah, there's a character, right? Part of the vampire hunter characters, and he's clearly Van Helsing. He's clearly Van Helsing. But anyway, let's go on. He should be in the list because he's cute that he is so clearly Van Helsing. Zelvor is trash, I think. Absolutely. Let's take the Drider. Oh, he's so ugly, man. But he's kind of the Drider is kind of interesting because he obviously is disgusting. He's like, you know, spider eyes. But otherwise, he's like a hot character. Yeah, he's one of the hottest characters. If you can see past his, you know, spider shit, right? So I'll give him, he's a one night. Yeah, I was like, yeah, he's hot enough. Spider boy, man, he's pretty hot, man. Then we got Balthazar. My god, is he so annoying, man. But at the same time, we're arguing, should he betray him or not? And of course, one of my favorites in the game is when you push him down, right? He's an absolute bottom character. Yeah, you can't take his side. Even what I mean here, and part of the video, right? Even if you're evil, you should just kill him. You know what I mean? Because you can obviously like team up with him and help him out, right? But I would argue that even if you're good or evil, you fake help him and then you immediately push him off the cliff when you can, right? Yeah, like, no matter what you are playing as, you're supposed to push him off the cliff. This is like push them off the cliff list here. Yeah, this should say push them off the cliff, okay? Push them off the cliff. This is what this thing is. Push them off, yeah, push them off the cliff. That's what this is now, yeah. Push them off the cliff, okay? Then we do with these characters. Same course with everyone's beloved vampire guy, yeah. So, in my first two playthroughs, and I mean this thing, people are always like, oh, we can't kill the companions. Oh, you missed some screen time. You know, I killed him both times. I killed Astarion. I haven't seen, I done the vampire, you can still do the vampire boss, you know. You can still go into the whole vampire lair anyway in Act 3. You don't need him for that, yeah. I still haven't seen his playthrough, okay? Honestly, because in my first playthrough, he come at me, you know, and I headbutt him and so on, and I refused to pick him up, right? And then in my second playthrough, I'm playing the paladin, and then I staked him immediately. So I literally have not had Astarion in my, I have him in my third playthrough, but I haven't, like, you know, in my first two playthroughs, I was like, screw this guy. Yeah, and I haven't gone in there. And even in my turn, I don't know, I don't even use him that much in my own, I don't know, yeah, he's a vampire, man. But I think it's exciting, right? I think it's kind of funny when people are arguing the whole, should you kill him or not, and all that stuff, because I felt that if you're playing a good character, I would argue for you should always kill him, right? From a good character standpoint, it makes no sense to trust a vampire trying to bite you. Especially as a paladin, you obviously will smite him, right? If you're a paladin and a clerk, it's like Aqua, you know, you have to, you know, arc priestess, right? Yeah, you have to hate undead, right? If I'm playing a paladin or cleric, I absolutely would always stake him, no matter what, because I think it's weird to play a paladin and not be like, I hate the undead. Even if you're an Oathbreaker, right, like you're evil paladin, I still would argue for you should put a hate on that. That's like in your core. Maybe as a cleric, you could argue it could be like an evil necrotic cleric as opposed to the opposite, like a dark priest or whatever, of course. But Unless if you got a really evil priest, right? Evil cleric or whatever. You just stake that goddamn vampire. But yeah, I staked immediately. But in my first playthrough, I guess I just... Because I heard about it later, I didn't know you could do that, but I read you can actually... yeah, so things that if you actually reject him in Act 1, in beginning of Act 1, I didn't know this, but you can actually go back and still get him. So I tried to like load an older save from my Sword playthrough, and he actually just stand there, yeah. So if it's a tip here, if you reject Astarion, and then you, as long as you don't pass into Act 2, you can still recruit him. You can also kill him, of course, but you can also like... So it's a difference between like push him off the party and staking him, or whatever it makes sense. But you can actually find him. You can actually still find him at certain like if for a certain time frame or whatever. But it seems to be like ending when you go into Act 2. Maybe when you leave the first map and go into like the second part of Act 1. That might be when it leaves. I'm not sure, but you can actually like, go back and get him if you missed him. But anyway. What more do we have? I think Minks is boring, man. But I guess I just kill him. He's just boring. Yeah, he's just like fan service. I can talk about his waifu too then. Yahara. They are both... Actually, not both. To some extent, they're both clear like fan service. Look at these old Baldur's Gate characters. Look at Savrok, old Baldur's Gate characters, That's kind of it, right? But he appears so late in the game. He's a companion from Act 3. You have to have, of course, Yahara to get him and so on. And I don't know. Probably too late to make you care about him in the Baldur's Gate 3 setting. And he doesn't have much actual storyline with you, as from your character or whatever, right, in this game. So he feels very fan servicey, right? He says, oh, he's a character from the old games, whatever, pick him up, yeah. He feels very fan servicey, so kind of whatever. I feel he's like, yeah, whatever. Now, Yahara I find actually really annoying. To some extent, she's kind of cute. She's all like all angry and so on. But, I don't know. She feels like an old, grumpy grandma. Yeah, if you're into gilfs, she reminds me of, if you've seen one of the best, of course, animes of all time, Interspecies Reviewers, an amazing anime, of course, about, going to brothels, yeah. going and smashing elf waifus. So the elf guy in Reviewers, he doesn't like to sleep with elves, right? Because he's like, oh, I can feel your mana. So his human friend is like, oh, but this elf chick, she looks like she's like 30, right, He's like, oh, but she's 1,000-year-old, She just looks like she's 30, but she actually, her man is 1,000. She's like a super granny, right, She's a grumpy old granny. That's how Yahara feels for me. She's like, looks like she's 50, which is still kind of old, I suppose. But she's much older, right? And she's just like a grumpy old lady, yeah. She's very dislikable. Sometimes I think she's kind of cute, though. When she's like, you get home to her, she's all like, yeah, I'm your mama, and so on. Don't call me mommy, and so on. So, sometimes she's cute, and she clearly cares about the Harpers and so on. But to a large extent, she feels like a grumpy old lady. And I think that a problem with her, similar to Minsk, is she's also quite fan servicey. So her voice lines and most of her interaction when she's in your party or whatever is very, very similar. So the other companions have, I guess, a bigger majority, a bigger, a wider voice lines or whatever, big difference there. And she's very monotone. She's got the same thing over and over again, and it's her being grumpy. So I feel she's kind of dislikable, and yeah, it doesn't get much better. But it feels like she could have more voices. So I'm gonna put her in. But I mean, she did like a she did a smashable elf again. Yeah, she feels like she is a one-nighter. I kind of also want to kill her, but I guess it's like, yeah, you get that old elf pussy, elf mushy ones, yeah, and then you're like, whatever, right? Yeah, get inside of there. Kind of, I feel that, yeah. It's like you get the grumpy grandma ones, the gilf kind of, yeah. But she's barely a gilf, okay? That's my point. She's barely a gilf, yeah. She's like semi-gilf, yeah. Not even, yeah. She's like semi-gilf. I guess she's better than the Drider robot. Barely, man. Elder Brain. She's somewhere here, I guess. Yeah, like there. Okay, so that's going down. So the campus and stuff, whatever. It's into the character. Okay, the last basic companion then, Gale, right? I know he annoys me so much for his obsessive meditating. One thing I don't like with Gale though, and it's kind of same with Lazle, is that he basically he wants to sleep with you immediately. Yeah, he's like, you want to see my penis? And basically, you know, like in my first playthrough, right? You know, I say I actually think Gale is somewhat a bad written character because from my, you know, whatever AI standpoint, because in my first playthrough, right, I am like, F you, Gale, I'm not giving you anything. Yeah, you got you know, magic addict or whatever, right? So I'm not giving him any, you know, stuff, right? And yet immediately after like an hour or two, he's like, you wanna see what I have in my pants? You know, you wanna see that? Yeah. He immediately is like, you know, like pulls down his panties in my face. I'm like, what's happening, man? Like, honestly, I think that was terrible. That thing was pretty shit in the game, actually. It didn't ruin like my whole game experience because Gale basically attacked me, right? Yeah, with his manhood, right? It didn't ruin my game experience, but I think it's a pretty weird scene because, yeah, I think Gale is way too horny. You know what I mean? Even I mean, I felt that I was being mean to him, right? I was like rejecting him. You know, I was like, I had been treating him, I would say poorly, but I haven't fed his, you know, his uses right the whole game. And yet he's like, yeah, let's do it now. And that to me seems really weird. So he's too thirsty for me, and I will actually put him in the dislike pile, I guess. I suppose I still like him more than Wyll though. So he's like probably the best of the worst, I guess. Yeah, I'm a bit harsh on the companions. Yeah, but honestly, it's kind of my feel of the game. I feel half the companions are like dislikable, and other half are waifus. I guess the Astarion is a little bit like, well, he's a goddamn vampire, man. Okay, let's keep going. Savrok, man. I dislike how he's just like a wishy washy character. Okay, so that might be too much spoiler, but Savrok is a little bit, I feel, wasn't he like not good in the last game? But I don't know. I don't like how they, you know, can go back and forth with characterization. If you look from Baldur's Gate 1 to 3. I don't like that, so I put him in kill. I don't want to smash him, man. He's hot, but come on. But anyway, that was the best characters. Orin and Gore-Tex, right? Would you smash Orin, guys? Would you smash Crazy? In one way, you could argue that she is very smashable Orin, right? Because she's kind of like, how would I say? You know, she's like Mystique right, from X-Men, yeah. Orin is like Mystique from X-Men. Basically, if you smash Orin, if you wife Orin, you marry her, you can now sleep with everyone, you know? She can be any person you want. So from like a utility standpoint, marrying Orin is the best one, you know? Because that is like, oh yeah, I'm getting every waifu to be my waifu, right? But of course, you have, I assume everyone knows, you know, the crazy algorithm, right? You know? Where it's like, how hot is she? Hot, was she crazy, right? And obviously Orin is super crazy, right? She's way too crazier than she's attractive, though. And also covered in blood all the time. Yeah, I don't know. But honestly, I find Orin, as I say, Orin is my least favorite part of Act 3, you know? Except all the lag in Act 3. Because I hate how Orin, and this is as negative now, but this I actually do really hate. Immediately when you know that someone is that, you know, a traitor in your camp, right? Of course you're like, I'm just gonna go and attack that cat over there. That girl with the cat, yeah. You're like, well, it's obviously the girl with the cat that I didn't want to, yeah. It's so clear that it's a girl with a cat, right? Most of the time. And then you also have, she can be a companion, but that's all. Yeah. But this is like, oh, it's so silly, you know? And the game doesn't let you, like, trigger that usually. So the game kind of bugs out if you hit the cat, it runs away and so on. You're like, okay, I guess she's gonna betray me later, right? So, that's one thing. The second thing is that Orin kind of pops up when you're helping people around, you're doing stuff in the world. And she's like, yeah, you're weak! You're helping this guy or something, right? I tricked you! Whatever, right? She comes like that, but most of the time, like, that happened to me once, you know, where she was like, oh, what happened now? And then it was Orin, right? But the second time, for me, that was the blacksmith that Orin was then. And immediately when the blacksmith is like, what do you want? Here, I should Orin. You know what I mean? So I never once fell for that Orin thing after, because again, fooled me once, you know. Only the first time did what was happening, you know. But every time after that, I never once fell for it. She was an obvious bad actor, and that's the reason why I put her in absolute trash, right? Because think about this thing, right? Yes, she's a mystique of, oh, I can be any waifu I want, you know. You marry her, and you can smash all of them, right? So in that argument, she should be the best waifu. Uri should be the best waifu, but she's a terrible actor, right? You know, like I never fell for her shit, right? Yeah, she's a terrible, terrible actor. Mystique is like a good actress, right? She's like, oh, I am this person now, and she actually plays the character. But Orin is a terrible, terrible actor, and she will turn into your waifu that you actually want, right? But she will immediately fail their actual like personality for in the next second, right? Terrible waifu. So Orin is absolute trash waifu. Okay, let's go on. Gore-Tex. I like Gore-Tex, man. He's like a Templar Knight, you know, yeah, I like him more than Raphael. He's pretty healthy, yeah. Gore-Tex is hot. He has that plan of like, I want to have control. And if I had to join one of the main antagonists, right, and controlling the Elder Brain and so on, I obviously would pick Gore-Tex. Should be like, yeah, let's do it, bro. Clearly, he's a more interesting bad guy, honestly, I feel. That's a little bit of classic, you know, manipulative bad guy. But to some extent also wants to just be a good person, a little bit, right? He wants to control people and rule, but not necessarily either way. Where again, Orin is just cray, right? So, and Keltherec is just like, I don't know, weird dad thingy, weird urges. I don't know, man. I don't want to know. I like Gore-Tex, man. Now then, we have the legendary beer seed, which is Halsin, of course. If you didn't know that, spoilers, that obviously is the druid guy. So where should he go down? So the druid, the Biru 6 scene, right? That really became a meme, whatever. Right? Yeah, it been really viral. So basically, you have to again then get Halsin, which means that you can't get Minthara, which is like the hottest waifu of the hottest waifu. You can't get her. The druids are all like douchebags, except him actually. Like, you know, Kaga, whatever his name is, Kaga. So that's one thing. And you have to do all of this weird quest for him, right, in Act 2, with the Shadowheart or whatever, to get Halsey. And eventually joins you in like the end of Act 2. So one thing I don't like with Halsey is that, yeah, he's in your camp, right? But like I said, you have to do the whole Act 2 until he joins you. I dislike that with him, you know. Actually, I think it's like a weird invitation in the game, honestly. Like when in my first playthrough, or rather my second playthrough, because my first playthrough was evil, but my first good playthrough, I mean. In my first good playthrough, right? So I get Halsin, because obviously I got Minthara in my, but in my second playthrough then, I get Halsin, right? And genuinely, I was like Googling, man. And I always have to avoid, you know, Googling and so on. But I was searching around, Googling around, like, how do I get him to actually join my party, right? Because Halsin, he actually joins your party, of course, like I said, right? He joins your camp, you know what I mean? He's in your camp, right? Pretty early in the game, so to speak. You save him, you know, in Act 1, right? And then he joins you. And then you actually have roughly, I mean, half Act 1 left. I mean, that is actually pretty early. You have, like, you know, most of Act 1, maybe not most, but whatever. Like, let's say half. Okay, yeah, half. So you have half Act 1 left, right? And then you have, you know, the whole Act 2 almost. To get him to join you. Like 20 hours later or something. I don't know. But something like that. I don't know. Depending on how much quest you do. But to me, it felt really weird. Yeah, I don't like that he joins your party, your companion party, or your crew. But you can't actually play with him. And like I said, I kept like trying to find that, you know? I went to whatever, Reddit, Twitter, and I was like, why can't he? Is there a bug here? He stands in my party when I talk to him, or camp, I mean. When I talk to him, it's just like, how will you treat this thing now? Halsin is like, yeah, they can't, they grow, doesn't need me anymore. I want to be with you or something. And then it's like a weird, you know, when you have the party after he joins your camp, you have that line, you can basically almost smash him there. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, you want to have a party with me? Flirt, I don't know. I felt that thing with him really bites me, okay, honestly. Like, I mean, for example, with Minks or Yinhara or whatever, they come later in the game, right? So they will be companion later. That makes sense, of course, that they arrive later. But Halsing has that, yeah, he's the worst annoying companion in your party for like half the game, I feel, before he actually is playable. Of course, there are other people in your camp too, like for example, you know, the angel waifu. She's also there, but with her, it's more like, well, I'm gonna join your last fight or whatever. Yeah, she doesn't really. She is not presented as this is gonna be a companion, right? She's presented as she's like a playable character. She's just part of your, you know, friendship, your alliance, so to speak, very clearly. But Halsey is a clear companion. But again, I think it's very weird how it takes a long time to finally get him in there, and it bite me for so long time, you know. And I really was like, why doesn't he join? Yeah, like, it really bugged me. That's why I put him in a freaking kill, man. So he's in kill. Get a damn beer. Okay, now then, Minthara. Oh my god, she's hot, man. She's obviously the thumbnail, and it's made there for fun right now. Minthara is hot, man. Hot demon waifu ass. I mean, you're always gonna evaluate, you know, demon ass the highest, right? Who's like a soccer boss. I mean, if Raphael was a woman, Raphaela, yeah, she would be like freaking waifu ST as well, right? Always gonna rate that, you know. And honestly, this list is not something like gender specific here, you know. It really isn't, okay? As I pointed out, I could have put a male character in the top list here, but this is the actual perfect list. This is how it ended up. No, but seriously, like there's no male character which I feel are as good as the female characters, right? Like again, Karlach I think is the best companion by far. I don't think Gale or Wyll or etc. you know are close to her. Like really not. And Astarion is a vampire, yeah, so you kill him. Minthara, Marie, so yeah, like I said, I think, and also Halsey, I think is pretty annoying too, yeah, like he's also a fun companion. He's just like, oh yeah, so no, Minthara is a better companion, yeah, like the female characters are better written, I feel, straight up. They're not only more attractive. Like honestly, I did not try to make the list, like you say, I did not try to make the list gender specific, like, oh, the women happens to be on top, you know, and the men are there, no. But it's just that there is, in my opinion, there is no male character as good as these female characters, right? And Minthara, of course, is a super hot evil waifu, and I don't even like Wyll, so I would easily have her as a companion rather than Wyll, right? And I really dislike that scene when she's like, oh, do you wanna save your dad with your life or something, right? And you have to like convince him not to die or something. Like, I was like, we can probably just save your dad without her, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, like, it's no problem, bro. We can just go and save your dad, okay? And he's just like, no, please, Minthara, take my soul. And I'm like, Wyll, you don't need to take your soul, man. I can just, like, save your dad, okay? Screw the demon waifu. Let's just go and save your dad. He's like, no, I want to save my dad. Like, yeah, I know, but not without dying. Like I was annoyed. I was like, man, Minthara, just give me some ass, you know, and I'm gonna. I was like, for me, I felt like if Minthara was like, what do you rather do, man? You know, do you wanna sell Wyll's soul, right? For I guess to sleep with Minthara. I'm like, yes, do it, Wyll. Yeah, do it, die, you stupid guy. And I want the demon boobs, you know. Yeah, I would easily have slept with Minthara for Wyll's life. Absolutely, 100%, guys, 100%. Okay. Yeah, Wyll is down here in the trash pile, right? What I have? Yeah, where's Wyll? Hide him there, he's like deer, man. Bam, hiding under, yeah. No, but I would seriously, you know, I would definitely sacrifice Wyll's life so I can sleep with Minthara every day, man. I mean, the only reason I saved her life, right? It was not because I want to save his life, no. Because I want to get inside that demon, you know, explosive demon body, yeah. And she was surrounded by tentacles too, man. It was very hentai. I was like, oh, I need to get inside that. Like, seriously, as soon as it gets Minthara out, I'm like, oh yeah, is she a companion? I was like, please join me, Sarah. And that's even I'm playing a good cat. I'm like, no, you're in the party. I will be evil for you, yeah. No, but Minthara is very, very hot. She's hotter than Alfira, actually. Let's put it up a bit there. But Wyll, though, seriously, I was like, shut up, Wyll. We can save you that, okay? No, she's definitely hotter than the A. Oh, is she hottest character? I think she's hottest character, honestly, yeah. I think she's the hottest character. Purely from a visual standpoint, she's the hottest. But I guess Karlach and Minthara, they have better writing, though. I mean, Karlach is just a fun character. And then lastly, the only male character on top is, of course, me then. Yeah, of course, my character. Yes. Oh, yeah, my first character. That guy is the only true male waifu, man, yeah. He got the hair, man. He got the hair look. Got that muscular face. Good chin there. Obviously, my character is the ultimate S-tier waifu character, guys. But anyway, hope you guys liked. Subscribe. Press the like button. Take a short break. I'll see you guys with the One Piece stuff interested. I'm gonna do it on Twitch, and then I will do some edited on YouTube as well, right? But I said earlier, I think it's interesting in many ways because when I make my videos, right, I think about this a lot, you know. I actually spend 10 hours at least looking at Minthara images, it'd be like, oh, how to, yeah. I was spending like at least a few hours every day, you know, comparing Karlach's boobs with like Minthara boobs and be like, what is the best titty, right? So on. A lot of time on that, right? But in all seriousness, I do think that the whole One Piece live action is very interesting from a meta standpoint, right? I keep saying it's not the worst thing ever, it's not the best thing either, right? And I do find it hilarious. Like one reason I want to watch it, not only because I like One Piece, obviously, but one reason is because I actually do think it's very interesting, like seeing people's discourse, right? You know, arguing, oh, they rewrote the Zoro scene or whatever, right? You know, so I want to know what it's about. And like I said earlier, I think it's very interesting because people are so either, you know, they're loving it, it's the best thing ever, or they are like, well, that's pretty shit. Where I am, of course, I would argue for one of the like the few only actual honest reviewers where I'm just like, oh, it's pretty okay. Yeah, because the thing is that I keep saying it, we will see. I haven't only seen 2 episodes so far, right? And again, I didn't hate episode 1 or 2, but I didn't love it either. I call it mid-piece, and I think that's a perfect title for it. And honestly, that video is my most disliked video in like a month or something. Yeah, what I did yesterday, mid-piece. And I think it's so funny because I feel people get angrier at me, right? Just because my reasoning now, where I am not taking this like, you know, super obsessive contrarian, like, oh, it's the worst thing ever, you know. Because people think it's kind of like, you know, it's, people will then see it as, I guess, performance, right, you know. A theater performance right there. So they won't actually dislike it. They might still dislike the video, but they probably feel that you're just, you know, overplaying, race baiting or whatever. Right? But when I come out and I'm like, you know what? This is like 5 out of 10. Here's the reason why. Yeah, like I'm very, you know, like I'm biased, but this is the issues. People actually get angry at me. So I already have some hate comments and hate mail and so on. But I am enjoying it though. That's half the fun, guys. So anyway, that's today, guys, and tomorrow is Blade. Oh yeah, tomorrow is Blade. Also One Piece, whatever. Next game video. Probably Sunday, more video games. But anyway, so you guys have a great day. Oh, that's the order.